For some of the people out there, who've got into diesel tuning and things like that, Aeromotive's taken a big piece of that action. It's kind of mandatory to have it. Tell me a little bit about how you guys are embracing this space.
Oh, it's actually been fantastic. A lot of people think that this is our first venture into the diesel market. We've been approached, for years and years on end to come up with a diesel-specific item. But like our A1000s and eliminators have been used in the diesel world for over a decade. So we decided that, you know what? We're selling enough, we're getting enough people inquiring about it, so therefore we're going to just make an item that's targeted at the diesel.
We were just out at this roadkill showdown with Gas Monkey Garage, and all day people were racing to compete to win a Hellcat drivetrain. Okay. Well, it comes down to, at the end of like 200 cars, it comes down to a diesel truck and a 440 Super B. And the wild thing about the diesel, you'd hear it wind up. It was four-wheel drive. You'd hear it wind up, and then it would just disappear in the smoke. I was blown away. It was like a GTR. It made no noise getting there, just got there really quick, and it was blown away everybody. At the last second, the guy had a bad launch. He got a little too cocky, I think, and the Super B beat him for a Hellcat. It was pretty amazing. But after the race, I asked him, and he was telling me about Aeromotive. I said, okay, give me the rundown. Why? And he brought up the consistency and dependability. Because he said, he tried another plan and it just wasn't consistent. He said this thing is sturdy as it gets.
Yes, most of the other pumps that you see out there in the diesel lift pump market use a T-style pump or a shaft seal style pump, and it's a great design. We use that style of stuff in our carbureted T-style pump applications. But when you're looking at a diesel truck that operates in winter conditions, up in Canada down to negative 30 degrees, and then you're out here in the desert, of plus 120. In order to get a seal to function like that, it's very, very hard. So therefore, we do a flow-through design. We eliminate the shaft seal. We do a flow-through that goes through the electric motor. So the fuel is cooling the electric motor as it goes through it.
So it's kind of doing two things at once. I mean, you get a multiple function out of that.
Yes, correct. That's how our A1000s have been, ran for years. When we wanted to do the diesel, we wanted to make sure it was more robust. We wanted to pretty much double the life expectancy out of it, so we went to a brushless motor.
More robust. That's kind of a diesel thing. Robust. I like the way you say that. No, but you know what? I joke, but you do need something really sturdy, really big, especially with what these guys are making out of these diesel motors.
Yes, the pump itself is physically large, but there's a lot of stuff that's included in it that you don't get with some of the other stuff that's on the market. I mean, you get a fail-safe valve, you get a check valve, you get a brushless motor, you get a filter, you get a regulator, you get all of this combined into one unit.
Let's talk about, in diesel, what's one of the biggest things that people get wrong or they don't think about when they're picking out an application?
One of the things that most people don't consider when they're designing their fuel system or putting a diesel system on is they just find a fuel pump and they're like, I'm just going to hang the pump on the frame and I'm done. Right. Well, you got to think of it as a complete system or a chain. The old saying where the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Right. Well, when you just take one link and you put it up,
it's just there hanging out by itself. It's lonely.
It's very lonely. Yeah. So therefore, you have to take it as a system approach, which is what we've done. We go from the fuel tank all the way up to the injection pump. We take out all the variables. We want to control all the variables and give you everything that you need to have one of the most successful installs that you'll have, and probably one of the most easiest as well. The testing that we've done on this pump is absolutely astronomical. We've ran it for over 3,400 straight run hours, day in, day out. Froze it down to negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, we have tortured this pump. It's completely submersible. It's sealed. You can submerge it in water. It has no effect on it whatsoever. We wanted to make sure that we had a product that, even with some of the most stringent conditions out there, that we were going to have a product that was just going to survive, period.
Listen, man, it has been so nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
It's exciting to see what you guys have in store for this year coming up. Aeromotive, if you don't know about them, definitely find out. It's the first name you need to look for fuel and getting it done.